Well, a major controversy has erupted after a Ludhiana-based Youtuber named Paras Singh insulted sitting Arunachal Pradesh legislator Ninong Ering by claiming that the MLA doesn't look like an Indian. Well, Singh was reacting after Ering wrote a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeking ban on the mobile game Battlegrounds, which is of Chinese origin. The YouTuber has also triggered an outrage across Arunachal after he went on to claim that all people of the state are actually Chinese.
इनकी फोटो दिखाता हूँ आपको। ये आपको इंडिया के लग रहे हैं? सही सही बताना कमेंट करके। मेरी वीडियो जितने भी बंदे देख रहे हैं आप मेरे को बताना ये मुझे तो नहीं लग रहा कि भाई ये इंडिया के हैं। बाकी उसके बाद इनकी बैनर वाली फ़ोटो भी देख लेते हम। इसमें भी मुझे एक भी इंडियन नहीं लग रहा। अब शायद अरुणाचल प्रदेश के बंदे ही ऐसे दिखते हो, मुझे नहीं पता, मैं कभी मिला नहीं हूँ उनसे। बाकी उसके बाद चलो ये भी देख लिया हमने। और इनका नाम पढ़ो भाई, मुझे तो ये इंडियन नेम लग ही नहीं रहा। ये नाम मुझे पढ़ने में भी नहीं आ रहा, मैं पढ़ना भी नहीं चाहता। और उसके बाद हम अरुणाचल प्रदेश को मैप में सर्च करते हैं। ये हमारा इंडिया है, ठीक है, बहुत बड़ा इंडिया है हमारा, जैसा कि आप सभी को पता ही है। और यहाँ पर मुझे अरुणाचल प्रदेश दिख क्यों नहीं रहा है भाई? कहाँ गया, किधर को गया? अरे यार ये तो चाइना की साइड में है। ओ हो, ये रहा कोने में अरुणाचल प्रदेश। इसके ऊपर भी चाइनीस सिटीज़ हैं, साइड में भी चाइनीज, मतलब ये चाइना वालों का ही है एक तरह से, उन्हीं के साथ ही है, हल्का फुल्का टच होता है, इंडिया में आता है अपने। और ये भाई साहब यहाँ पर न्यू दिल्ली पीएम मोदी को ट्वीट कर रहे हैं इतनी दूर से।
Meanwhile, in a matured response, MLA Ninong Ering termed the entire episode as unfortunate and added that it is a great misfortune that this young YouTuber knows nothing about his own country. The MLA added that he has always raised objections on the use of Chinese products and have been demanding a total ban on China-made products, including apps. However, Ering informed that an FIR has already been filed by him against the YouTuber. And meanwhile, State Chief Minister Pema Khandu tweeted about the incident, said that a case has already been registered against Paras Singh. When Arunachal Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Chaunaman has strongly condemned the incident of racial discrimination being meted out on MLA Ninong Ering on the social media. Chaunaman claimed that he was appalled and greatly dismayed to see a recent YouTube post by Paras Singh, where he has not only questioned the nationality of an MLA from Arunachal Pradesh, but also questioned the existence of the state within India. And the Arunachal Pradesh Students' Union has condemned the statement made by the YouTuber and added that he must be booked under appropriate sections. Meanwhile, Adi Bane Kebang, the traditional apex council of Adi, has condemned the incident and has demanded immediate arrest of Paras Singh.
The traditional apex, appellate and supreme council of Adi, on behalf of the people of Arunachal Pradesh and the entire Northeast India as a whole, strongly condemns the prejudiced racial slur and derogatory remarks made by one Paras in his YouTube channel against the former Union Minister of India and sitting member of Legislative, Sri Ninong Ering sir. We would like to ask few questions to the YouTuber, Mr. Paras himself. Now, Mr. Paras, please tell me, how should an Indian look like? What names are to be considered Indian names? And where should Arunachal Pradesh be geographically located to be permitted to write to Delhi? The derogatory remarks made by Mr. Paras is an insult to the integrity and existence of our people in India by terming us as Chinese, which is outrightly rejected. In this regard, the Adi Banakabang has also lodged an FIR through its frontal wing. I have a copy of the FIR. Here's a copy of the FIR. We have already lodged an FIR against this Mr. Paras, and an earlier case has already been registered under Section 124A, 153A, 5052 of Indian Penal Code. We appeal to the Arunachal Pradesh Police and the government to book the racist YouTuber under stringent laws against racism and prevention of atrocities against scheduled tribes. Arunachal Pradesh is an integral part of India and so shall remain a state under the Union of India.
We demand for immediate arrest of Mr. Paras on the lines of arrest of Hema Chaudhary made by Nagaland police from Mumbai for an offence of similar nature.
All right, viewers, now we are being joined live with former MP and Pasighat MLA Ninong Ering. So, Mr. Ering, thanks for joining us live at this point in time. Mr. Ering, the remarks by YouTuber Paras Singh has been condemned by one and all. So, my question to you, Mr. Ering, what is your take on this? First of all, tell our viewers.
Good evening. I'm very grateful to your channel that you are at least projecting the problems of the Northeast, and especially on this issue. When I'm really grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Prabhakhandu, and Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Chonamen, and also to our MP, Sri Battlegrounds, and also the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, and all others, especially the Students' Union, Tibanik Dabang, and all the people of Arunachal Pradesh who have really felt insulted. We of the Chinese incursion. We have the issue of the Chinese stating us that we are South Tibet, and on top of that, a boy from Punjab. I don't know how he did not know his, so he did not know about the geographical location of Arunachal Pradesh. I think he has, he being a youth, having about 4 lakhs, for I think that he's ignorant. He knows where Arunachal Pradesh is, and he must have surely, when he has seen my letter to the Honorable Prime Minister, he must have looked for me and searched for me. And when you search me in Google, you'll always find me that.
All right, due to network issues, we are trying to connect to Mr. Ering once again. But let me tell our viewers that a major controversy has erupted after a Ludhiana-based YouTuber named Paras Singh insulted sitting Arunachal Pradesh legislator Ninong Ering by claiming that the MLA does not look like an Indian. All right, viewers, now I'm being joined live with our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain. So, Wasbir, first of all, your perspective on the development.
Well, Priya, this is a very shocking development in the sense that this YouTuber from Ludhiana in Punjab, this explains that total ignorance of people outside, a lot of people outside the Northeast about this region. This is nothing less than a racist remark that I would say, and this is shocking because a young YouTuber, as Mr. Ninong Ering was trying to make that point, he said that if you are a YouTuber with a large number of following, all you had to do was to go to YouTube, go to Google and Google Mr. Ninong Ering. Instead of doing that, this YouTuber directly, without expressing his total disregard, total lack of knowledge about any geography concerning our own country, goes around saying that the Ninong Ering, pointing out at Ninong Ering, he said that gentleman does not look like an Indian. In fact, he said that none of the people in that photograph looks like an Indian. We can show that photograph which he was referring to. Now the issue is the question that we are posing today, Northeast Live is posing today. This has been widely condemned. This has rightly triggered widespread outrage across the entire Arunachal Pradesh and the rest of the northeastern region, led by the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, the Deputy Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh have been condemning. We at Northeast Live also outrightly condemn this kind of a totally immaterial and mischievous kind of comment or mischievous kind of a propaganda. And there are a lot of FIRs have also been filed. The big question, Priya, here is that how does an Indian look like? Can anybody tell us how does an Indian look like? Is there a stereotype? Is there a stereotype image of an Indian? Because we are an extremely diverse country. People in the Northeast look different. People within the Northeast may look slightly different. we have people in the south of India who look different. We have people in the north of India who look totally different, and we have proud Indians. We have the Portuguese community who are proud Indians. We have the Anglo-Indian community who are proud Indians. We even have a Chinese community in Calcutta who today are proud Indians. We have the northeastern region, a region of 45 million people, Priya, who are extremely proud Indians. And let me also put it on record for such kind of ignorant people as this YouTuber, the fact that the link language in Arunachal Pradesh is Hindi. By the way, the link language of Arunachal Pradesh, which has got several tribes, they don't understand each other's dialect, but they understand Hindi. Hindi is the lingua franca of Arunachal Pradesh. And the people of Arunachal Pradesh, I have not an iota of doubt today, Priya, that they are extremely patriotic people who are guarding the Indian frontier. We are proud of the people of Arunachal Pradesh. We are proud of the people of Nagaland, because these are the people who are right at the frontier protecting our country from possible ingress by foreign nationals. So that is something which we need to know of. And this kind of ignorance also brings to light the question whether the government of India should not include a proper chapters on the Northeast in the history, geography, sociology books.
Right.
The NCERT, there's a big question. This is a case study which the NCERT, Ministry of Human Resources, the Education Ministry has to take now. One more point, now that we have very, very powerful chief ministers in the northeastern region, like Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, Mr. Pema Khandu, Mr. Biren Singh, Mr. Nefurio, Mr. Biplab Deb, and Mr. Conrad Sangma, I think all these chief ministers need to get together and demand. This is the demand that there has to be proper chapters, proper educative chapters on the Northeast, on Arunachal Pradesh, on the entire Northeast and its people, its culture, its customs, its traditions. This is something which is extremely important. Otherwise, we have seen what happened to Nido Tania in New Delhi, how he was brutally killed.
Right.
So these kind of racist attacks have become absolutely common on the people of the northeastern region. This is something which is extremely unfortunate and will not be tolerated. Yes, how many affairs will you lose? But the basic point is the remedial measure is to educate the people. That is incumbent upon those from outside the Northeast. There are a lot of people outside the Northeast who knows the region extremely well, who love the people of the region, who respect the tradition and culture of the region. It is also incumbent upon such kind of people to spread awareness about the region. And most important, our governments should educate the people. They should take concrete steps to impress upon the Human Resource Development Ministry, HRD Ministry, to include clear-cut chapters on the northeastern region so that people outside will know what the region and its people are.
Right, Wasbir, and as you've already mentioned that this is not the first time, earlier also such incident took place. So Wasbir, do you think people still have a very vague and limited idea about the Northeast?
Absolutely, Priya. There is absolutely no doubt about the fact that people outside have very, very limited knowledge of as far as the northeastern region is concerned. But I'm proud to say, Priya, I can bet that people of the Northeast, they are very, very well aware of the traditions, customs, geographical location of our remote Northeast, remote parts of the country, different parts of the country. I think that is something which we give to the people of the Northeast. We are a 45 million strong people. We have got a very, very high literacy rate in this part of the country. And I think people of the Northeast, the youth of the Northeast are very, very well acquainted with a lot of things concerning our great country, India. And we would expect people outside the region to take time out and try to understand that there is a corner of the country called the Northeast, and that India, east of India, does not end in West Bengal or for that matter Kolkata. That is something the message has to go out, and our political leaders, elected representatives, the chief ministers, they now have a very big role to play, particularly on an issue like this when China is laying claims every opportunity. They don't miss a single opportunity to lay their claim on almost the whole of Arunachal Pradesh, and this is something that cannot be drowned in this kind of situations.
Right, Wasbir, thank you so much for all those details. So viewers, we are once again connected with Pasighat MLA Ninong Ering. Mr. Ering, an FIR has been registered against the YouTuber. So now it is to be seen how is the Arunachal Pradesh police going to take it forward. And also, let me tell you, Mr. Ering, that people from different parts of the state, especially the state bodies, they are demanding the immediate arrest of Paras Singh.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry because it was disconnected because of the network. But the arrest of Paras Singh is, I think, already been taken place because we have seen it on YouTube and other social media that the mother is also apologizing on his behalf. The course of action will be always there because we leave everything to the law. The law will take its own course. But what I really want to say, and really grateful to you and your channel also, that the issue of what I had written to the Prime Minister, that is secondary. But the main thing, like Mr. Zain was saying just now, that the Northeast has been completely neglected, and we have to educate the people of the mainland India. We have to tell them, because we are also part of India. We are completely an integral part of India. The Seven Sisters and, of course, the Sikkim, the young brother, it is completely an integral part of India. And the way that we are being treated sometimes with the racial discrimination in in other parts of the cities, like in, say, Bangalore or in Mumbai or in Calcutta or in Delhi, it is very unfortunate.
Right.
But this case now, I'm saying that the people, I'm very grateful to all of the people of Arunachal Pradesh who have, stood by me, the Honorable Chief Ministers, all the MPs, and we want that the case, it should take its own course. We will not interfere with whatever the investigations are. We will not say what is right and what is wrong. It is up to the law to decide. Whatever the law is saying, we should accept it. And I'm sure that the law will give a good justification. And the boy may have made a mistake and he's apologizing. Okay, he has apologized. But such kind of racial discrimination should not happen in future. That has to be seen to. That is what I would like to offer, and that is my take in this.
And Mr. Ering, you have also mentioned in one of your posts that it was very unfortunate that youth of this country know nothing about India. So, Mr. Ering,
Yes.
do you think people still have a very vague and very limited idea about the entire Northeast?
Yes, they still have to know that the Union Minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, Rameshwar Tali, they are from the Northeast.
Right.
The Union Ministers are there, and then they say that we don't know where Arunachal Pradesh. In fact, Mary Com is one of our honorable MPs, and she has always worked so much for the country. We have people, we have Jawans who have sacrificed their lives even from Arunachal, in Jammu and Kashmir, where they have sacrificed their life. Nagas are there, Mizos are there, Arunachalis are there, who have laid their lives for the country. So if this knowledge is not there within them, and especially, like I said, that he's a YouTuber knows, he has to go through all these, when he goes through the social media, I'm sure he must have seen Arunachal Pradesh, and he's, directly ignoring. That is very unfortunate. It's just like a satire. He's just satirically he has given his statements, as you can see.
Right, Mr. Ering, thank you so much for speaking to us.